Welcome to Lowe's Motor Speedway, getting ready for the Coca Cola 600 here in just a little bit, a couple minutes or so. This is race number 12. Real quick, I need everybody's attention. Really important announcements, details, questions, stuff like that, and a few things that are really serious. So please listen up here, and then we'll get right to qualifying. So first off, I want to say thank you to everybody that supports this series, this All-Star Offline Racing Series. Thank you, it means a whole lot. A couple of you have told me that this series is really awesome, and I was just told that this is one of the better offline series for NASCAR 2003 in recent memory, so that really means a lot to me, hearing that. Thank you so much. I want to keep doing this series, want to keep doing all these different races, and keep this thing going as long as I possibly can. This is a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and it's even better knowing that you guys are really enjoying these races. A few of you kind of pop in and out from time to time and comment, and it's cool to hear from you guys every once in a while. Some of you comment all the time or message me on other things like Facebook or other websites and tell me what the action is like and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. So thank you for supporting this league. I want to keep doing this. Now on to another thing, which I did mention on the All-Star race a couple days ago. I'm thinking about cutting maybe about 10 or so races off of this series so we can jump right into series number 2, or like this season number 2, which would include the Cup cars, which would be the Cup 03 mod that was just released this year. It would also involve the Busch Series and then the Truck Series. There's more than 40 people in this series, and I'm hoping we can get more than what we've had this season. This is just some of the people here. If we can, then I'm going to have everyone sign up to two series. So you can run in the Trucks and the Busch Series, the Trucks and the Cup. You can run Busch Series and Cup, whatever you want to do, or you can just pick one series. It's fine either way, but you can only pick 2 series out of the 3. So that's coming up soon. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you want me to end this series early? Do you guys want me to end it and then restart the series like really soon, or do you want to keep going all 36 races in this season? If we do it this way, it's going to take a few more months, and then the season will be over. If we take 10 or 12 or have many races out of the season, we're well over halfway and we'll be done pretty soon. So I want to know what you guys think on that. Another thing, this is a really important announcement here. So I didn't realize when I started this league that YouTube was planning on taking their messaging system away. I thought their old messaging system was still in effect, where you could just send anybody messages. That's not the case. When I started this league, I was going to message everybody that signed up, get their emails, just in case they finished in the top 3. Like I said, top 3 in this series are going to get paid money via PayPal. So I need your emails, but I was hoping to be in contact with everybody. That's not the case. Also, if you want a prize, it's not going to be a cash prize, but if you want another prize, I need your emails as well so I can email you and get your address. So, with this being said, I actually have to look real quick. Whoops, that was the dryer, that kind of freaked me out. I need to figure out how to get a hold of you guys. So, I was thinking maybe my Instagram account, maybe you guys could follow me on Instagram, and then we can talk on there. If you want, you can post your emails below, and as soon as I get them, I will delete them, or delete the comments so other people don't see your email. We could do it that way. If you want, you can subscribe to my Instagram account, which is the same as my YouTube. It's 123456789 Colton. You can do that. Either way works. So gotta figure something out because I need to get a hold of whoever finishes in the top 3 so I can send you your money. Everyone else, if you want prizes, I need your emails as well. So either comment down below with your emails, or follow me on my Instagram, which is the same as my YouTube. So you can do it either way. I try to reply to comments and try to look at them as soon as they pop up on YouTube. So if you're scared about posting your email, don't be scared. You can post your email. I'll see it. If I'm busy, I'll take a screenshot so I can save it later and write it down. And I will delete the comment instantly. So other people won't see your email, so you don't have to worry about that. I don't know if YouTube would let you put your email in a comment. If it doesn't, then just follow me on Instagram. And if you can't do that, if you can't do either of them, comment below, let me know what's going on. Here, let me start qualifying real quick. The final thing, while I'm talking you guys' ears off, the final thing, for the next offline series, I'm thinking, now I want to know everybody's opinion on this, I'm thinking about possibly live streaming the races as they happen. That way anyone can watch and see what happens live, and follow me commentating the races. I might be posting them on Twitch, so they'd be live on Twitch. I don't know if anyone has a Twitch account. If not, I can help you set it up and figure out how to work it. So that could be coming soon, and then I would be posting, more than likely if I do this on Twitch, I'll be posting highlight videos about 10 or 15 minutes long on YouTube, so you can watch them still if you can't watch on Twitch. But it would kind of be like a, I guess a highlight video, kind of like what NASCAR and NASCAR Fox, or NASCAR on Fox, what they do. They'll post like 10 or 15 minute highlight videos. So, I don't know, that's just an idea. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I do want to know everyone's opinions on everything I just talked about, especially the last thing, qualifying anyway. Let's get to the race, finally. Qualifying has been underway. Benjamin Wallace right now has the pole. Qualifying race. The number 37, Cesar Ramirez, jumped up into the top 10, or not top 10, top 32 in points. So he is not in the qualifying race. The 43 of Das Montenegro, which right now does not have a good qualifying run, he is starting pretty far back. He is 33rd, so he just fell out of the top 32. Started off the season really good, and then he's kind of fallen back ever since. Tim Hoffman, Gary Harmon, two others, as well as CJ Williams that have been pretty good, but they just have not had any luck. And right now they're flirting with the top 32. Gary Harmon's 34th, Tim Hoffman 35th, and CJ Williams 36th. Now, Jacob Johnson is in 32nd position. He has 948 points. Dawson Montenegro is 25 points away from 32nd. Gary Harmon is 51 points away from 32nd. Tim Hoffman is 100 points away from 32nd. And then CJ Williams is 137 points out of the top 32. So, those drivers are in this qualifying race. They're hoping they can make their way to the front, qualify into the main race. Right now we've got a very interesting top 10. Benjamin Wallace getting the pole, Yale Carrillo, Brian Lancaster, Logan Gentry, Evan McCollum, Jeremiah Twain, Darvish Jr., top 7 cars. They haven't really been in a lot of main races this season, and they're starting first through 7. Going to be a very interesting race. 17 drivers getting ready to run here at Lowe's. Qualifying has finished, so let's go here and let's take you guys through the field. Alright, so the 27, Benjamin Wallace, starting out front. We've got the 20 of Yale Carrillo starting second. Third is that 148 of Brian Lancaster. Fourth is that 91 of Logan Gentry. Fifth is the 09 of Evan McCollum. Sixth is the 00 Jeremiah Twain. Seventh is Darvish Jr. Eighth place, Sheila Harmon. Ninth place is the 188 of Racer X. 10th is the 1 of Aiden O'File. 11th is Colton Harmon, the number 60. The number 16 is CJ Williams. The number 4, Gary Harmon. The number 50, Cody Rhodes. The number 40, Tim Hoffman. Number 43, Dawson Montenegro. And the 41 of Tyrell Resner. That is your starting lineup here at Lowe's. Oops. Let's see here. Alright. we get the command to start the engines. Gonna start the race here in just a moment. 20 laps is the distance. 27 is the pole sitter. Remember, the top 10 cars will advance. If the number 60 of Colton Harmon is in the top 10, then that means that the top 11 will advance. Colton will forfeit his position. Car's getting ready to go green flag here. I'm trying something a little bit different. I reconfigured my screen, so it might look a little wider, I guess. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks wider, but it might not be on YouTube. I don't know. Anyway, Benjamin Wallace, the number 27. Green flag is in the air. Qualifying race is underway here at Charlotte. This race is going to be a lot different than the All-Star race. The highlight is a little bit faster after you get about 10 or so laps in this race. Look, Brian Lancaster getting into second place. Yale Carrillo, the number 20, going to fall back just a little bit. But the highline is a little bit quicker from time to time. Maybe we'll see it right here, maybe not. The 09 Evan McCollum is going to go right past that number 20. A lot of racing, a lot of side-by-side right now. Double file for the most part in the back. 27 Benjamin Wallace will lead lap number 1. And you see 20 of Yale Carrillo and 09 Evan McCollum. They were battling a little bit. Yale Carrillo was able to hold off on the outside line there. Battle for the lead up front. We've got Brian Lancaster trying to take the lead away from Benjamin Wallace. And Benjamin is going to close the door for the time being. Let's look in the back of the field. The 43 Dawson Montenegro had a great season at the beginning this year. Won the shootout race, won his dual race, and then kind of faded back in the Daytona 500. And hasn't really had a too good of a season since then. Unfortunate for him. See, he's trying to get past that number 50 of Cody Rhodes. I think he's going to do it without any issue, but he does not have anywhere to go right now. Dawson is blocked in on the bottom. A lot of racing back here. The 4 and the 40. That's Tim Hoffman in the 40. The 4 is Gary Horn. They, earlier this season, had a really good run, and they're mired back in the points, and they're mired back in the field right now. Aiden O'File, the number 1, he has the final transfer spot, so, yeah, the 4 and the 40, really good early on this season. They've kind of fallen back, and they've missed a couple races, and that's really hurt them in the points. Meanwhile, while we were back there, the number 09, Evan McCollum, he got past Benjamin Wallace for the lead, so first lead change today. I think we've got 3 wide back here. I thought it was 3 wide. Aiden O'File moving up through the field. Sheila Harmon falling back. Here comes the 16 of CJ Williams. A lot of racing back here. I think the 16 car has the final transfer spot now as they run. I believe. Here comes the 60 falling back. Let's see, the 16, CJ Williams has the final transfer spot. 33 of Sheila Harmon trying to catch back up to that 16. She does not want to miss another race, and everyone behind her, they don't want to miss the race, especially the Coca Cola 600. Look at CJ Williams now trying to get 9th place away. He might not be able to. I don't know. The high line's starting to come in already. That's pretty cool to see that high line working. Look at the 33 Sheila Harmon. I thought she was going to make a move on the outside. I think she might. She might go up high and try to pass the 16 car. And she drops back in line. CJ Williams trying to get a good run off of turn number 2 to take the 9th place position away. Look at the 60 of Colton Harmon. Going to try to pass the 33 of Sheila Harmon now. A lot of side-by-side racing back here for the final transfer spot. Meanwhile, up front, it's pretty calm for the most part. Evan McCollum is the race leader. So we watch the battle back here for the final transfer spot and a few other spots back here. 41 of Tyrell Resner trying to make his way up through the field. He is almost in 11th, battling for 11th right now over Colton Harmon. Caution-free race so far. We've seen a lot of these qualifying races this season go caution-free. We've seen a lot of drama in these races, but and look at that, Evan McCollum, huge lead. Battle for second place here. We've seen a lot of action in these qualifying races, but not a whole lot of cautions. But that's a good thing, I guess. Good racing, no cautions, that's always a good thing. But cautions are always very interesting, and they always mix things up quite a bit. A lot of racing going up here now, in the front of the field. The top 10 are cars that we normally would not see in the top 10. Brian Lancaster, second place. He's missed quite a few races. That 188 of Racer X has also missed quite a bit of races. Back here, the 50 Cody Rhodes getting past the 33 of Sheila Harmon. And these four cars, they are falling further and further back from this main group of cars that are battling for the final transfer spot. So it doesn't look like these four cars are going to be in this race unless something big happens. Meanwhile, look at the 41, Tyrell Resner. He gets 10th place away from CJ Williams. CJ Williams falling outside of the top 10. Now, Colton Harmon is in 12th place. I think either 12th or 13th place now. No, 12th place. So, if he falls out of the top 10, that means the top 10 make it into the race. So right now, 11th place, the 16th, CJ Williams. He is in trouble. We've got less than 10 laps to go. Look at the 40, Tim Hoffman, trying to get past the 60 back there. Now the 41, Tyrell Resner, going to get past Aiden O'File. And now Aiden O'File is 10th. Look at 11th place, that's CJ Williams. Battling really hard back here. They're all trying to get to the final transfer spot. A lot of battling happening here. Aiden O'File been pretty impressive the last couple weeks, but he is in jeopardy of losing his top 10 position to CJ Williams. They're battling side by side in turn 3, turn 4. I think the one of Aiden O'File is gonna get a run on the outside. CJ has a little bit of a, I guess, advantage going into turn number 2 or turn number 1. They're still side by side. Meanwhile, this is going to allow the 60, the 40, and the 50 to catch up, as well as the 43, the 33, and the 4. Now we got another big battle up here for the transfer spot. It calms down for the time being. The 16, CJ Williams, is now in the final transfer spot. Aiden O'File is 11th place. Meanwhile, while they're battling here, let's go up front and look at some of the other cars. Look at Tyrell Resner. He has gapped the 16 and the 1. He wants to get the, he wants to make the main race, and he wants to have a good points day. He's been really impressive as of late. Really impressive in these qualifying races. And in the main races even, he's been pretty impressive. A lot of racing going up. Happening up here for about 3rd, 4th place. Or yeah, 4th place position, that is. Brian Lancaster still 2nd. 3rd is the 27, Benjamin Wallace. Benjamin qualified on the pole. Evan McCollum is the leader right now. We have 4 more laps to go. Meanwhile, look at this. A lot of cars back here battling each other. Unfortunately, though, that is 11th through 17th. So they are, they're battling each other. Actually, no, 12th through 17th. They're all battling back here, but nothing really going to happen. They're not going to make the race as long as they keep racing back here. Aiden O'File still outside of the top 10. CJ Williams starting to pull away from him just a little bit. Meanwhile, Tyrell Resner trying to pass some cars up here. Trying to get past the 66 of Darwish Jr. Got the 00 Jeremiah Dwayne. I actually have to look. I think the 41 Tyrell Resner won at California, I believe, right? I'm drawing a blank here. I've had a couple races recorded for a few weeks, so just because I knew I was going to be busy, and I kind of forgot some of the stuff that happened in this last couple weeks. So I don't know, a lot of stuff has happened though. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check real quick. Yeah, the 41 Tyrell Resner, he did win at California. Like I said, he's been pretty impressive. and he is going to qualify his way into this race, it looks like. CJ Williams still has the final transfer spot. Anyway, last lap, white flag is out for the number 09 of Evan McCollum. Evan McCollum on the back stretch, final lap. And he is going to win his first qualifying race. And he is going to make the race top 10. Very interesting. So, not CJ Williams. Evan McCollum out of turn number 4. He will get the win here at Lowe's in the All-Star Offline Racing Series qualifying race. Brian Lancaster second. It's been a while since we've talked about him. It's cool to see him be runner-up in one of these races. Good race. A lot of drivers that we thought were going to make the race and not in the race. Aid no file after having a pretty impressive last couple weeks. Not in the race. Colton Harmon falling back to 12th. Cody Rhodes misses another race. Tim Hoffman, Dawson Montenegro, Sheila Harmon, and Gary Harmon. They all will miss the main race. Dawson Montenegro, we talked about him. Actually, let's see real quick. We talked about Dawson being outside of the top 32 in points, but a lot of these drivers, Dawson Montenegro, Gary Harmon, Tim Hoffman, those 3 drivers are 33rd, 34th, and 35th in points, and they are not making the main race. This is probably going to open up the door for the 16 of CJ Williams, maybe the 30 or the 00 of Jeremiah Dwayne, the 41 Tyrell Resner. They're all in the main race. This is going to be a really interesting event. The Coca Cola 600, very important race, and it could be really important for some of these drivers that just qualified for the main race. So, yeah. The 16, CJ Williams, the 41 Tyrell Resner, and Jeremiah Dwayne, they all have the opportunity and the chance to get really close to these drivers, the 40, the 30, or the 40, the 4, and the 43. And possibly even pass them. They might be in the top 32 in points, depending on where they start and finish in the Coca Cola 600. So, let's go ahead. Pretty cool race. We saw a lot of good racing. We're going to get the field ready for the main race, and we will be back for the Coca Cola 600. 100 laps is the distance. We will see you in a second. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Lowe's Motor Speedway. Getting ready to set the field for the Coca Cola 600. Now, this is another really special big race that you want to win. If you end up winning one of these so-called special races, you get one of the first picks next season for the All-Star Racing Series. Now, I'm going to be changing a few things in the series, like the car ratings and such. So it's going to be a little bit of an explanation. I'll explain that later on this season, or possibly for the start of the next season. Anyway, based on how you do this season, it does kind of reflect a little bit for the next season. But the main reason for winning these special races, why it's so important, is if there's a certain car that you want, a certain car number, then if you win one of these special races like the Daytona 500, this race, the Coca Cola 600, the Brickyard 400, which is going to be in a couple races, I believe. If you win one of these special races, you get one of the first picks. So you'll have free range at whatever car you want. Look at that, the 41 Tyrell Resner. So far, getting the pole. He just worked his way up into 8th place for the qualifying race. He is one of the drivers we were talking about, possibly him, CJ Williams, or who was it, Jeremiah Dwayne, that could get into the top 32 in points. And with oh wow, never mind, it changes quite a bit. Tyrell falling back to 12th. Look at Cesar Ramirez. That number 37, he is now first. Now he made his way up to 31st in points. So far, this is gonna, well, for him it's gonna be a great race. It looks like if he can hold on to that position. Very interesting. Sean Howe, second. He's pretty far back in points. Yel Carrillo, John Book, they're further back in points. Tim Zimmer, he didn't have a great race. What was it? California, I think it was. Fell back kind of far, but Tim Zimmer, 5th place in points, 113 points back. Right now, he is doing pretty good. If he can stay up in the top 5, top 10, he'll be pretty good tonight. Same with Logan York. He won the second race of his season at Richmond, 3rd place in points. What about the number 6, Simon Zornado, back in 14th, and the points leader, Sarah Rocha, back in 22nd. Very interesting starting lineup. This is going to be a wild race, I have a feeling. 100 laps here. Coca Cola 600. Qualifying is officially done. Top 10 is really interesting. Did not expect to see that at all, but it's pretty cool. I'd like to have a diverse race. So the 37, Cesar Ramirez, getting a pole here at the Coca Cola 600. 38 of Sean Howe starts second. Great start for him. The 20 of Yale Carrillo, 3rd. 4th is the 04 of John Book. 5th is the 45 of Tim Zimmer. 6th is the 12 of Sam Oskin. 7th is the 74 of Logan York. 8th is the 29 of Jacob Britt. 9th is the 188 of Racer X. And 10th is the 2 of Tim Brannigan. Haven't talked about Tim too much this season. 16 of CJ Williams and the 41 Tyrell Resner. 11th and 12th place. They're hoping to make their way into the top 32 in points with Gary Harmon, Tim Hoffman, and Dawson Montenegro not in this race. They're going to gain a lot of points, and if they can stay up near the front of the field, they might have a really good points night. The 25 Felix Boucher, the 6 of Simon Zornado. Simon works his way up to 3rd in points. Pretty good season for him. The 80 of Stephen Pollard is, I believe, 4th in points. Let me just double check that real quick. Yeah, Stephen is 4th in points, only 88 points back. The 42 Hugo Jimenez has fallen back in points quite a bit. He had a pretty good season going, but let's see. He is back. I don't even know where he's at. Oh, wow, he's back in 30th, so he needs a good finish tonight. We've got the 66 Darwish Jr., the 27 Benjamin Wallace, both qualified their way into this race. The 17 Alexander Jones, the 81 of Skylar Rocha, won earlier at Bristol. 18 of Kagan Polshiner, had a pretty good run in the open race for the Winston, but could not win that. 14 of Sarah Rocha, the points leader, starting pretty far back. 21 of Robbie Bannister, won at Talladega earlier this season. The 91 of Logan Gentry qualified his way into this race. The 97 of Gavin Jones, the 48 of Ryan Benjamin. Both drivers need a good finish, starting really deep in the field. The 88 of Josh Hardiman won the pole at Richmond, had a good race there. He's trying to work his way back up in points. Tina Livingston, the number 7, has fallen back a little bit in the points, almost outside the top 10. She's had a pretty decent season, though. The 148 of Brian Lancaster finished 2nd in the qualifying race. The 5 of Damian Singletary, pretty good season. The last couple weeks have been a little rocky for him. We've got the, oh wait, what? What's going on here? Oh, hold on. Okay, 32 of Brett Taylor. He's working his way up into the points. He's almost in the top 5. Oops. Oh my god, what's going on? Okay. The 00 Jeremiah Dwayne wants to capitalize on the 3 drivers not making it into this race. He could possibly work his way up through the field, but he starts really far back, so not good for him. We've got the 11 of Rhiannon Pickett. We've got the 9 of Bruce Zero, the 30 of Ron Jackson, the 09 Evan McCollum won the qualifying race. He starts in the back. Got the 24 of Pablo West, 15 of Hunter Blade. We've got the 90 Jacob Johnson. He's 32nd in points right now. If he has a bad race, he could be in a lot of trouble and have to go back to the qualifying races. The 0 of Alex Bruno, the 8 of Clint Spillman, the 99 Axel Zero, and that is your starting lineup. Oops. Alright, let's get this race underway.
Drivers, start your engines.
The field gets the command to start their engines, and the pace car now off. 37, Cesar Ramirez getting his first pole this season. He will lead the field to the green flag in one of the biggest races this season. Not the biggest, but one of the biggest races. Under the lights here, this is going to be a great night of racing. Pace car down in the pit road. 37, Cesar Ramirez on that inside line on the right side of our screen. Starting this race off, green flag in the air. We're underway here at Lowe's, Coca Cola 600. Cesar Ramirez looks like he might clear the 38, and he does. Look at the 20 of Yel Carrillo in second place now. He's trying to work his way up to the lead already. Started in fourth place, he's up to second. Sean Howell jumps down into third place now. He lost one position at the start of this race. Oops. A lot of racing going on further in the back. Anyway, a lot of racing going on further in the back. Yel Carrillo made a move on the inside to try to get past 37. Remember, you lead a lap, you get 5 bonus points in your season. You lead the most laps, you get 5 more bonus points. Cesar Ramirez has led a lap. The 20 of Yel Carrillo wants to get the lead. We have not really, other than the qualifying races, have not talked about him at all this season. And look at this, he is going to try to make a move for the lead. Yel Carrillo goes into turn number 1. Cesar Ramirez, though, high line, and that is going to work to his advantage right now. A lot of double file racing further in the back. Look at Tim Zimmer trying to take third place away from Sean Howell. It's a points contender. Oops. Points contender here. Fourth place, trying to get third place. CJ Williams further in the back, underneath Felix Boucher. Here we go again. Battle for the lead, battle for the third. Yel Carrillo underneath the 37 of Cesar Ramirez. These drivers have not really had a lot of time being near the front this season, and they are getting a lot of exposure being up front here. The 20 of Yel Carrillo will take the lead away from Cesar Ramirez. Sean Howell will continue to hold third place away from Tim Zimmer. Tim is trying to take third place away, though. He is underneath that 38 yet again. Here's another lead, possibly another battle for the lead up here. The 37, Cesar Ramirez, wants the lead back. Look at the 45 of Tim Zimmer now. He might get past Sean Howell, and he's going to try to bring John Book with him. John Book, that 04. Yel Carrillo, the number 20, continues to lead this race. Tim Zimmer now jumps up to third. Oh, we got a crash! Caution flag out. Hunter Blade, Rhiannon Pickett, Bruce 0, Alex Bruno. A big crash already, starting off the Coca Cola 600. Looked like Rhiannon Pickett was upside down, I think. Let's follow the field back to the caution flag. Yel Carrillo going to be the leader. I think all these cars took the caution flag, so they're a bit slower right now. Yel Carrillo going to be the leader. Cesar Ramirez second, third, Tim Zimmer. So a lot of drivers' night already going to end. Hunter Blade, we saw him. He needed a good finish. He wanted a good finish tonight, and his night might be over. Doesn't look like a lot of these cars got too much damage. There's some damage to Rhiannon, a little bit to Bruce 0. Alex Bruno doesn't look like he has a lot of damage. Hunter Blade has the most damage out of these drivers, but I think they're all going to stay in this race. Lap number 6, first caution. We're going to see if anybody comes down pit road for fuel or tires. I don't think anyone is. Does not look like it. Looks like everyone will stay out. That looked like a pretty long crash. You see skid marks all throughout the front stretch. Damian Singletary, that number 5, he is coming down pit road. Oh, he has damage. Never mind. He could repair his car and maybe get back into this thing. Meanwhile, Randon Pickett off pit road. Let's go back and look at the caution. Look what happened here. It actually started with the 11 of Randon Pickett. There was a lot of racing going on back here. We did not see this. Actually, 3 wide. Just about everywhere back here. Looks like Ron Jackson into the corner of the 11 of Randon Pickett, and everyone kind of scrambles. And then, fortunately, wow, that was Hunter Blade that was almost upside down. Fortunately, those 3 cars piled in to Rhiannon, and they had nowhere to go. See, yet again, a lot of racing back here. When I looked, I thought they were only 2 wide, but no, they were 3 wide, that's for sure. Hunter Blade, a lot of damage to his car, up into the catch fence, even. Not good for him. Let's watch Alex Bruno's view of this crash. I don't think he really got a lot of damage. So we're riding on foot now. For some reason, there's he did get a little bit of damage, but yeah, just nowhere to go. What about the 1500 Blade? He had quite the ride. Let's go ahead and ride with him. See, Ron Jackson just runs right into Rhiannon. That sends her around. A lot of people missed the wreck. 1500 Blade. Hard crash. Let's see if he is back in this race, or if he retired. He is in the race. Everyone's in, so that's good to see. That 11 of Rhiannon Pickett is 1 lap down. She has some damage, so her car is going to be a little bit slower than the leaders. That could really change a lot in this race. Let's look. If you look up here in the top left, you see the leaderboard from 1st to 10th. Let's look at some of these drivers. Yel Carrillo, Cesar Ramirez, both having great nights, and they both need great nights. Cesar Ramirez needs a good finish, or LC is going to drop out of the top 32. 45 of Tim Zimmer is the highest running points leader. He is 5th place in points, 3rd place in the race, having a great day. 74 of Logan York is up in the top 5 in points. He is in 7th. You see the number 16 in 10th place, CJ Williams, having a great run, and right now I think he would be, if not in the top 32 in points, he'd be pretty close to the top 32 in the points. 11th place, Stephen Pollard. Stephen's 4th place in points. What about Tim Brannigan? Tim Brannigan, 20th place in points. He's running 12th right now. Great run for him. Same with Darwish Jr., Jacob Britt, Tyrell Resner, the 41 car, in 15th. Outside of the top 32, having a great run. Hugo Jimenez, the number 42. He won the pole for the Daytona 500. He is back at 16th. Sarah Rocha up to 19th. She's the points leader so far. This could be an interesting race. It's going to be wild. Alexander Jones, 21st place. He has fallen back to 10th in points after being 2nd a few weeks ago, or a couple races ago. Brett Taylor, the 32, having a kind of bad night so far. Still a lot of racing left, though. Everyone in this race. We're going to actually ride along with the 11 car, Rhiannon Pickett. I don't know how slow she's going to be. This really could mess up a lot of cars. Pace cars off on the pit road. 20 of Yel Carrillo going to take the green flag. He got a huge jump over the 37. Rhiannon Pickett looks like she might be pretty slow. Already a lot of cars passing her. Oh wow, now they're trying to figure out where to go now. The 74 and the 188, they are now behind her, and they can't get through. Look at Racer X and the 188 trying to get by, and this is going to stack everybody up. This might not be good entering turn 3 and 4. They're still double file. Remember, the points leader's back here too. If she's involved in a wreck, that is going to create a lot of action, a lot of drama. Right now, Rhiannon Pickett, though, she is slowing up this bottom line and the top line. Yo Carrillo out front. A big breakaway for the top 6 or so cars. Actually, for like the top 10, I guess. 29, Jacob Britt trying to get past the 11. Remember, the outside line pretty fast. The bottom line isn't as fast. That's why there's a huge stack up back here. I don't want to miss any of this action, but up front I think we have a battle for the lead. No, battle for second. Tim Zimmer now up to second place. Yo Carrillo has a pretty good lead. Look at all these cars back here. They are all stacked up trying to get by this number 11 car. Rhiannon Pickett. A lot of cars on the inside making a lot of ground up. I'm surprised they have not been involved in a crash yet. A lot of cars are right with each other, jumbled up and trying to get past this 11 car. See some of the cars that did get by. The 21, Robbie Bannister, Gavin Jones, Logan Gentry. See a couple cars here now in a pack. Meanwhile, the top 4 cars all right with each other, trying to catch the 20 of Yo Carrillo, see if they can battle for the lead. A lot of single file racing though up here, top 11, 12 cars or so. A lot of racing back here. Look at this, 3 wide. We didn't see 3 wide work off of turn 4 on the first caution. Oh, Gavin Jones and Simon Zornato. Almost. I think they actually did make contact, but they did not wreck. A lot of action back here in this pack. Rhiannon Pickett still slowing some of these cars down. See the 15 of Hunter Blade back here. Tina Livingston, Kagan Polshiner, Stephen Pollard, all back here. David Singletary, Clint Spillman, Hugo Jimenez. A lot of cars back here. We were saying earlier, the 80 car, Stephen Pollard, one of the points contenders. He is outside of the top 30 right now, so he is not having a good night. He is not happy with this 11 car, that's for sure. He's trying to get past her. Meanwhile, a lot of racing up here. These cars are past that 11, but they're still racing pretty good with each other. Ron Jackson trying to move up through the field. Robbie Bannister on the outside. There's so many different storylines to follow, so many cars to follow, and sometimes it's hard to keep up with everybody. A lot of racing back here, a lot of shuffling for positions. The 74 Logan York, I'm pretty sure he was in the top 10 on the restart. He is back in 26. So him and Stephen Pollard not having good races now because of lap traffic. A car that is having a good race, and I don't know, I might jinx her, I might not. That 14 car, Sarah Rocha, I don't think she's been involved in a crash yet this season where she's been out of the race. She's in 12th place. I don't know how. I really don't. One of these races, she's going to have a bad race, I think. I'm not really sure. Look at Tim Brannigan making a move on Felix Boucher. CJ Williams is up in 8th place now. He is having a wonderful night. Looks like we're having a battle for the lead up here. Looks like Tim Zimmer tried to take the lead away from Yo Carrillo. Yo Carrillo got the lead early on in this race. Has been able to hold the lead ever since. Been a couple battles, a couple people trying to take the lead, but that's about all that's happened. Look at this, the 11 is still holding that 80 car up. Stephen Pollard back to 41st. Not good. And he is almost pushing her. I don't think he is too happy with that car. He had a great run going earlier in this race, and look at that, they are almost making contact. And now I don't know, he has not been able to get past her. I don't know what's going on back here. Stephen Pollard, though, trying to get past her. He needs to catch up and make up some ground so he doesn't lose a lot of points in this season. Still a lot of racing happening back here. That 1500 blade is surprisingly fast after almost flipping on the front stretch on that first caution. He is further back in the field, but still he is able to run with the front cars, so that's really good to see. Axel Zero, Kagan Polshiner, Damon Singletary, Clint Spillman all in the back of the field here. Josh Hardman trying to work his way past the 74. Whoa, he almost got turned, I think, by Alex Bruno. He's not having a great run. He's had some good runs this season, and then he has some really bad runs, and that really, it just hurts him. A lot of single file racing. The 90 of Jacob Johnson is in 24th position, trying to work his way up through the field because he does not want to lose his 32nd place position in points. Evan McCollum, 23rd, he won his qualifying race. A lot of single file up here now. Looks like the 40 car, Sarah Rocha, up to 11th place. Somehow, I don't know how, her and that 45 car of Tim Zimmer, they have been really good this season. They've been consistent. They've been really lucky not to get involved in any of these crashes that have happened. And, I mean, I don't know, I might have jinxed them both. But right now, they are really consistent. I think Tim Zimmer actually is the only car that has finished every single lap on the lead lap this season. That is quite an impressive stat. Look at this battle up here. Oh, Cesar Ramirez now trying to take second place away from Tim Zimmer. This is going to allow that 20 car to pull away. He was only at about 2, maybe 3/10 of a second ahead. Look at John Book trying to mix up the action up here, trying to get third or second place away. Tim Zimmer, Cesar Ramirez battling side by side. Cesar Ramirez on that high side trying to take second place back. Look at the 12 of Samit Oskin. 38 of Sean Howell has been really impressive tonight. He is running 6th place. 7th is the 188 of Racer X. Besides the 45 of Tim Zimmer, everybody in this top 10, they need a good finish. They have not really finished up near the front, at least not that often this season. Tim Zimmer going to hold off Cesar Ramirez for second. Look at the 04 John Book. Going to try to take third place away from Cesar Ramirez. Long green flag run so far. Now, remember that 5, Damon Singletary, came down pit road. Same with the 15 of Hunter Blade, the 9 of Bruce Zero. They have fresh tires and they have a little bit more fuel than these guys. So if this race were to go green flag for a while, they could be up near the front. They could be the leaders of this race. Unless they decide to pit with everyone. I don't know how it's going to play out. Will we have a caution before pit stops? Who knows? Look at Samit Oskin trying to get past John Book. Meanwhile, the top 3 now break away from 4th and 5th place. A lot of cars back here now. Tim Brannigan is following these cars. He is in 10th place. They're trying to catch up to the 12 and the 04. Everybody's still running in this race. Meanwhile, while the leaders are kind of single file, let's see the 11 car. Brandon Pickett now has been passed by everybody. Stephen Pollard has been able to get by her, but he is so far back. I mean, look at this. He is in almost a whole other dimension. He's going out of turn number 2, and the car in front of him, Hugo Jimenez, entering turn 3. So he's a straightaway behind the car in front of him. Skylar Rocha, his season started off pretty good. Did really good at Daytona. In the Speed Weeks, almost won the Daytona 500. He won earlier at Bristol, but he has not really been doing too good as of late. He's been falling back quite a bit. Meanwhile, look at the 5, the 99, the 18, all sorts of cars back here racing side by side, really close to each other. Tina Livingston falling back. Josh Hardman on the outside line. It is so hard to make up ground here. You almost need a crash to happen if you want to make any ground up on anybody. So Josh and Logan still racing with each other. Alexander Jones back here. Pablo West, the 24. Jacob Johnson falling back a little bit. Robbie Bannister in front of him. Jacob Britt, Ryan Benjamin, Jeremiah Dwayne having decent runs, I think. Yeah, they're about 20th, about mid-pack. Evan McCollum. Oh, we have a caution? Is that a... Yeah, there is a caution. Where exactly did that happen? Caution flag number 2 out. Oh, it's the 18 of Kagan Polshiner. Who else was involved in that? I don't know. 18, Stephen Pollard, I think? Maybe? Oh, the 99 of Axel Zero. Second caution of the night, lap 32. We were just following some of those drivers. I don't know what exactly happened. We're gonna have to go back and look, but I'm sure pit stops are gonna happen. Stephen Pollard, it looks like he is gonna be a lap down, I think. I don't know if he was involved in that crash or what exactly happened. No, it looks like he's going past the pace car, but I don't know if he's gonna come down pit road this time. Yeah, Stephen Pollard going down pit road. Yeah, he does have damage. Stephen Pollard, whatever happened, he was involved in that crash. See, Randon Pickett is on pit road. And everybody, I believe, is going to be going down pit road for fuel and tires. Is this going to jumble up the leaders? Is it going to jumble up the top 10? Who knows? See if that 80 car, Stephen Pollard, can get out. But I think he's going to be trapped one lap down. So, have to steal a line from Mr. Rick Allen. Major points implications for the number 80 of Stephen Pollard. He was 4th in points, and it looks like he is going to fall pretty far back. Another driver that's having a great night, Felix Boucher, was 9th place. He is in 7th in points. Not doing too bad. Stephen Pollard does get out of pit road first. Look at Yel Carrillo. Yel Carrillo, Tim Zimmer, Sam, and Oskin. Looks like they're going to be the top 3. Cesar Ramirez and Sean Howell, they're going to fall back. Wow, I don't know what's going on with them. Sean Howell's going to lose a lot of positions. Cesar Ramirez was running 3rd, and he's going to fall back to about 30th. He just lost a lot of positions. Yel Carrillo out front, putting that 80 car one lap down. And there's a driver up in the top 10. She made a lot of gains in pit road. Sarah Rocha, that 14. Now, I just want to stress again. I've said it a couple times this season. The 14 car, she's my girlfriend, and I'm not rigging any of this or anything. I don't want anyone to think that. And I'm probably going to have to sleep on the couch for this, but I hope she wrecks or has some kind of like mechanical issue. I don't know. I haven't seen her crash or wreck this season where she's been out of the race. Sorry to say that, but I want to see a good points battle between all these drivers, and right now she has been doing really good. She is up to 6th place. Started back in 24th. But just so you guys know, I'm not trying to modify anything or whatever. The 4 of Gary Harmon, the 33 Sheila Harmon, that's my dad and my stepmom. They're not even in this main race. So I'm making it fair for everybody. Don't worry, I am. Don't want anyone to think that I'm not, but between that 14 and that 45, they have been by far the best cars this season. They've been consistently up near the front, and we've seen other cars up near the front as well. The 80, except for tonight, the 80's been up near the front, the 6, even 32 of Brett Taylor, the 25 Felix Boucher. A lot of drivers have been up near the front all season, but like I said, that 45 car, Tim Zimmer, has completed every lap this season. He is up in 2nd place right now. Oh yeah, by the way, let's go back and look at the reason for the caution. Duh. Normally I'm like right on that, and I didn't do that yet. So, let's see here. Happened with Kagan Polshiner. I don't know what exactly... Oh, him and the 99 at Axel Zero, they made contact, and then... Oops, I'm assuming the 80 car, Stephen Pollard. Oh, right into Kagan. I don't know why he didn't take a different line to try to get past that crash. That was really, really weird. He had a lot of track that he could have gotten by that, but I don't know. I guess I don't know. A driver error? But you see, yeah, he's on the apron, unless he was trying to come down pit road. And if he was, he missed it. The red flag on pit road was out, so maybe he missed pit road. I have no idea. Now, this is going to be an interesting restart. The 80 car, Stephen Pollard, is a lap down. For some reason, he's not on the inside line. He should be on the inside line. That 20 of Yale Carrillo is going to get a good jump, and I'm thinking the 45 and everyone behind him, they're going to get stacked up from these lap cars. This could be an interesting restart. It could really, really have some major implications depending on what happens. Never really want to see anyone wreck. I know I just said I wanted to see the 14 wreck. I don't really want to see her wreck, but it'd be kind of interesting to see how the points were shaken up if her and the 45 would wreck. But like I said, I don't want to see them wreck. I don't want to see anyone wreck. And unfortunately, it does happen in this game. You see the 99, Axel 0, the 18, Kagan Polshiner, both out of this race. Yale Carrillo, that number 20 right now, he is going to be extremely happy on this restart. 2 lap cars, and he is going to get in front of them on the restart. Can Tim Zimmer, Sam Oskin, Racer X, or Felix Boucher do anything to get past the 11 and the 88? Or the 11 and the 80, I mean. Looks like Felix and Sam Oskin might be able to get past Stephen Pollard. They're going to get below him. Felix Boucher is going to try to get below him as well. A huge gaggle back here. Oh boy. A lot of cars on the outside. Look at the 91, Logan Gentry. Restarted 7th. He is going to get a lot of positions. That 14 car, Sarah Roach on the outside. 188 Racer X, 41 Tyrone Resner, Brett Taylor. All on the outside. This is going to be interesting. 3 wide back here. Oh, geez. Oh, they're wrecking. The 30 of Tim. Oh my God, Ron Jackson. A huge crash here at Lowe's. Oh my gosh. Cars everywhere out of turn number 2, wrecking. 38 of Sean Howe, Brett Taylor, Alexander Jones, Cesar Ramirez, Ron Jackson. A huge crash. That was because of lap traffic. That was because of the 11 car. I actually thought the 14 was going to go around first. I think she was hit by somebody. 3rd caution of the night, and that is the big one here at the Coca Cola 600. Wow. A lot of stuff happening. I don't know. The 25 and the 12 are low, and same with a few other cars. They might be coming down pit road. The fuel window might be open to where everyone can make it. Looks like the 91 of Logan Gentry, Tim Brannigan might stay out. I don't really know what's going to happen. Yeah, cars are peeling off onto pit road. This is going to be interesting. Felix Boucher, Sam Oskin, John Book, Simon Zornato, Benjamin Wallace, Racer X, Sarah Rocha. A lot of cars pitting, actually. Just about everybody. You see Yale Carrillo, Tim Zimmer, Logan Gentry, and Tim Brannigan. The top 4 cars stay out. That is going to be very interesting. What is going to happen? Who's going to get off the pit road first? Man, a lot of cars involved in that crash, though. We're going to have to go back and take a lot of looks at the replay. Felix Boucher gets out first. And it's a mess going off of pit road. Looks like the 14, Sarah Roach, is going to lose some positions. John Book going to lose a lot of positions. He was up in 7th place. This has been an interesting race. It's getting even more wild now. See the 37, Cesar Ramirez on pit road. He got some damage on the right side of his car from that crash. Well, very interesting. Let's go back and look. Ron Jackson was the first car that was spun out on that restart. It was a lap after the restart. 3 wide entering the turn. Oh, Sarah Rocha was almost spun out by the 41. You look at that. That is just, a lot of contact with a lot of cars. My God, they're bouncing off of each other like pinball. Let's watch another view of this crash. Tyrell Resner, the 41 car. Okay, let's slow motion here. Look at the 41. Hits the 14. He comes down into the 30 then, and that just starts the whole wreck. Gavin Jones, hard crash. My gosh, they're wrecking everywhere. Josh Hardiman, Bruce Zero, Damon Singletary, all were able to make it by. Let's go on board with the 41 car, Tyrell Resner. It was a lot of hard racing, and they were trying to get past that 11 car. Brandon Pickett. You see here, Sarah has some damage on the back of the car. And the Hearn and Tyrell gets spun out. Hard crash, and he's basically just ended for the ride. Bruce Zero, Damon Singletary, they did get a big piece of that crash. So a lot of damaged race cars. This could change everything. Let's go back. Let's watch from the 5. Damon Singletary further back in this field, almost in last place, running move. See the crash happen, and once it happens there, ooh, yeah, a lot of damage for him. It just continues to happen. There's no way to get by it. Alexander Jones, the 17 car, in the crash. Depending on what happens next, this could really affect a lot of people's points tonight, or today, whatever you want to call it. Gavin Jones almost made it through. Alexander Jones involved. He got a lot of damage. Jeez. Let's go and we'll rejoin the pack here. I think we're gonna be going green flag. Yeah, next time by we'll be going green flag. You know, we're not even halfway through with this race. All the cars out of the race. Tyrell Resner, Sean Howe, Brett Taylor, Ron Jackson. 4 of those cars involved in the wreck. In that last wreck, they're out of the race. Axel Zero and Kagan Polshiner also out. See the cars that are lapped down. The 80 of Stephen Pollard involved in the second caution. Gavin Jones, the 97, was involved in that last crash. He's a lap down. Rhiannon Pickett, 36th place. She's 2 laps down. Jeez, this is going to be a wild restart. So the top 4 cars did not pit. You see 5th place, Felix Boucher, the number 25 car. He is the first car off of pit road. He did pit. Sam Oskin, Simon Zornado's made his way up to 7th. He's one of the points contenders. Racer X, Brian Lancaster, they're both 8th and 9th place. They, fun fact, they both have not been in the same main race this season. This is the first race that they've both been in a race together. Just a fact I figured I'd throw out there. CJ Williams, 10th place, having a great run. Wow, just I don't know. It's interesting race. I don't know what's going to happen now on the restart. Are we going to have a lot of cars damaged and off the pace? A lot of cars were involved in that crash. So Yel Krilla, the number 20, going to take the green flag. He is going to bring Tim Zimmer with him. And Logan Gentry, Tim Brannigan, they're going to try to clear the lap cars on the inside. And again, these lap cars are going to probably create a lot of issues. Look at Tim Zimmer now in the back of the 20 of Yel Carrillo. They made some contact. Contact off of turn number 2. Tim Zimmer wants the lead. He's not playing around. These top 4 cars break away from the field. Look at Tim Brannigan trying to take 3rd place. He won the Allstar race. Really good run tonight here at Lowe's. Stephen Pollard is doing pretty good. He's staying up with the field. 11 Rhiannon Pickett, they're going to, again, slow the field. Same with that 97 of Gavin Jones. Is this going to create issues like it just did, or can everybody get by? So far, they're double file. I think everyone might be alright. Brian Lancaster falling back. CJ Williams, he is falling back. He was in 10th place, and he is going to fall back probably about 15th or 20th now. Logan York, the 74, on the bottom. Oh, geez, look at this. 3 wide. Oh, no. They're making contact. They almost wrecked. 3 wide. We almost saw 4 wide. Back here, a lot of racing happening. Clint Spillman involved in all of this mayhem. Josh Hardiman, Hugo Jimenez, they don't want any part of any of this action. They're just trying to survive this race and have a decent finish. Looks like everyone will make it past these lap cars for the most part. Go back up through the field now. Look at the 14, Sarah Rocha. She restarted 14th. She's an 11th. Whoa, 66. Something happened with him. I think, is he a lap down? Yeah, Darvish Jr. a lap down, and he just merged back on the track. Something happened with him. He came down pit road, I guess. Oh, caution flag out. Oh boy, who is it now? Oh, Gavin Jones, Benjamin Wallace, John Book. Looks like Tina Livingston possibly involved. Oh, there's another crash. Hunter Blade and Cesar Ramirez crashing under caution. And Tina Livingston almost involved in that. Oh my gosh. Cesar Ramirez needed a good finish. Oh my gosh, he was up in, what place? 31st. So he is not going to have a good points night now. He was the pole sitter here. Jacob Britt. What? Something happened with Jacob Britt? Benjamin Wallace is glitching out all over the place. Gavin Jones. Well, look at this. The top 4 cars coming down pit road now. Yel Carrillo, Tim Zimmer, Logan Gentry, and Tim Brannigan. And a lot of other cars further in the back of this field going to pit. That's going to give the 25 Felix Boucher the lead. Let's watch on pit road, see who gets off of pit road first. John Book going to get off pit road, but he had damage, so he was not one of the top 4 cars. This race has been so wild, so dramatic. Logan Gentry, Tim Brannigan off first and second. Tim Zimmer going to lose quite a bit of positions. Yel Carrillo going to be the biggest loser, though. He had the lead, and now he has lost his position. So, let's go look through here. John Book, I don't think, is John Book on the lead lap? I think he is. He was in that crash. Oh, Tim Brannigan! Spitting out under caution. What the heck happened there? I think he got tapped by someone. Oh, David Singletary. Jeez. So Tim's going to try to catch back up and get back in line where he's supposed to be. So the 91 Logan Gentry and the 04 John Book. Well, John Book out first off of pit road. Logan Gentry second. Going to have to follow this and see where they are after the restart and if they can make their way up through the field. Let's go back and look at this crazy turn of events. Caution flag out again for Gavin Jones. I don't know where the crash happened. I think turn 3 and... Oh, actually, okay. It was the 7 of Tina Livingston and the 04 of John Book. They were running almost 3 wide with each other, and they were hitting each other through the turn. Puts Tina up into the wall, save a John Book, Gavin Jones into the wall, and wow, a lot of stuff happening here on the backstretch. Holy crap. Hold on a sec. Let's go back and rewatch it. I did not know all that stuff happened. So you see the 7, the 04 into each other, hitting the wall. And then Benjamin Wallace spins Gavin Jones. That spins Benjamin Wallace. And then Jacob Britt around. And that's why they were involved in that crash. My gosh. Jacob Britt was having a really good run. Well, not a good run, but he was in this race at least. And wanted to finish this race. Then you see the 37 and the 15 now. Under caution flag, they're going to crash into each other. Jeez. That might take the 15 out of the race and the 37. Caesar's still in this race. Benjamin Wallace's day is going to be done, though. That is a fact. My gosh. So, Benjamin Wallace, Jacob Britt out of this race. Felix Boucher is the leader, followed by Simon Zarnato, Racer X, Sam Oskin, Alex Bruno, Jeremiah Dwayne, Sarah Rocha, Ryan Benjamin, Pablo West, and Jacob Johnson. Again, very interesting top 10. And remember, Simon Zarnato is second place in points. He is second place in this race. He has ever so slightly each week been cutting into that 14 cars points lead. Logan York is also, he's third in points. He's 13th in the race. Stephen Pollard back in 31st. He's going to lose a lot of points tonight. Tim Zimmer is going to restart 24th. Brett Taylor, I believe, is out of the race. Yeah, he's in 39th. He's going to lose quite a bit of points. Felix Boucher, the race leader here at Lowe's, he is 7th in points, 162 points back. What about Sam at Oskin? Oskin's been having a pretty good season. It's kind of turned around for him. He won the Daytona 500. He's 15th in points, running 4th place. So what is going to happen here? A couple cars are a lap down. It's like 4 cars, 1 lap down. So the 91 Logan Gentry restarting 19th. Can any of these cars that are 19th back to 29th, can they work their way up through the field? Field is getting ready to go. Green flag. By the way, this last lap that we just did, we're halfway through this race. A lot of action happening already, and we're only halfway through. So Felix Boucher now getting the green flag back in the air. He is going to clear all the lap cars. He's going to bring Simon Zornato with him. Again, all of these lap cars are probably going to play a pretty big role. Look at Sarah Rocha almost getting turned by the 48 of Ryan Benjamin. A lot of cars have been making contact with her. I may have jinxed you. I'm really sorry if I did. That's 2 times in a row now that she's almost been turned on a restart. But her and Ryan Benjamin out on the inside line. They should be able to work their way up through the field. Meanwhile, Felix Boucher, Simon Zornato, Racer X, the top 3. Back here, look at Stephen Pollard and John Book, Rhiannon Pickett. That's the 04, the 80, and the 11. Pretty slow. They're still holding up a lot of cars back here. Look at Clint Spillman and Hugo Jimenez on the bottom. They're trying to work their way through lap traffic. Clint has had I don't know, I want to say a decent season, but it's been kind of terrible, especially as of late. Having a lot of crashes. 3 wide back here. Is this going to create an issue? Skylar Rocha, Pablo West, Josh Hardiman. They keep it together, though. But, yeah, anyway, Clint Spillman has had a decent season, but it's been pretty bad, though. When he doesn't finish good, he is usually in a crash. Not doing too bad right now. Look at the 48, Ryan Benjamin, trying to get past the 14 of Sarah Rocha. That is 7th place and 8th place. Robbie Bannister, 10th place. 9th place, Jacob Johnson. He needs a good finish. He has about 4 or 5 cars behind him in points that are having bad points nights. So he might be able to capitalize and finish good. Ryan Benjamin, his season started off really bad. It's been picking up, though, for him. Whoa, what happened to the 24? Pablo West, caution flag out again. What? Something happening with Pablo West. Obviously a crash. Oh, jeez. I hate to see that 24 car get beat up. Speaking of the 48 car had a bad season to start. Started off the season bad. So did that 24 of Pablo West. I think the first 3 races were DNFs, and that put him really far back in points. Man, I hate seeing the 24 car beat up, though. 24, Jeff Gordon was my favorite driver, so I just have to throw that out there. Pablo West, coming into this race, where was he in points? Pablo West was 21st in points, so he is going to fall back. Luckily, though, for him, a lot of drivers behind him are having really bad nights, so he might not lose a lot of points. Nobody comes down pit road, so let's go look at what happened with that caution. This has been an action-packed race. We cannot keep up with any of this stuff happening. Alright, let's see here. Pablo West was behind that 11 car of Rhiannon Pickett. Oh, they were 3 wide back here. Skylar Rocha turns Pablo around, almost spun CJ Williams out as well. Unfortunate for Pablo West. Oh my gosh, this has been a very crazy race. I didn't think it was going to be this wild, to be honest with you guys. I thought we were going to have like 20 or 30 lap green flag runs. And we did have a couple green flag runs that were pretty long, but oh my gosh, this has been crazy, this race. lot of cars out of the race. We're thinning this field out one by one, it seems like. We had a big crash earlier. It's been wild. So the pace car is still going around under caution. I'm going to take this moment to take a quick break. I will be right back. We will be back before the green flag, that's for sure. Well, I wasn't going to be back this early, but I see somebody is down low with some kind of issue. That is the 8 of Clint Spillman. No smoke coming out of his car, so it looks like it's probably just a tire that went down on his car. That is really unfortunate, though. Clint was running in 13th, so he is going to fall back. Hopefully he can get his tire changed, if it is a tire. Let's see here. Yeah, he's getting left side tires, so left side tire down on that number 8 car. Meanwhile, green flag going to be out next time by 25 of Felix Boucher, still the race leader. We have got 32 cars in this race. Pablo West, the latest caution. He is out of this race in 33rd. A lot of drivers out of this race. It's a shame. We had a couple cars that were really impressive. That 41, the 32, the 30, even the 29. They've all been really impressive this season, and they're all out of the race. That 24 car, even pretty impressive. One at Texas earlier, out of this race. 4 cars are a lap down. Is this going to be another wild restart like we've seen? This time by, we've got 41 laps to go. Like I said, we're just a little over halfway, and we have a ton of action happening already. Looks like Felix Boucher is going to try to win this race. Trying to keep you guys posted on different drivers that are, let's see, trying to keep you guys posted on different drivers that are doing pretty good in points, are also having bad points days as well. Felix Boucher is winless right now. Simon Zarnato has won a race. Green flag in the air. Simon Zarnato second place. Let's look back here at some of these cars that are a lap down. Are they going to cause any commotion and havoc? A lot of cars able to clear these lap cars, though. 66 Darvish Jr. is a lap down. He is not in contention right now for this for the win. Look at these cars back here battling again. Yeah, the 11 car on the inside line. That high line is pretty quick, so I think this might be a pretty calm restart. At least a little more calm than what we're used to. Maybe not. Looks like they're almost 3 wide into turn number 1. Everyone saves it. Everyone's all right. My gosh, this has been a wild race. They're still racing really hard back here. A lot of drivers having great runs early on, have fallen back or been kind of shuffled back after pit stops. At 45 of Tim Zimmer, I don't even know where he's at right now. He was the, running second. Yeah, he's really far back right now. Him and that 20, same with the 99 and the 5, they've got fresh tires. but can they do anything with it? I don't know if they're going to be able to. Meanwhile, Felix Boucher, the race leader, Simon Zarnato, under attack by the 188 Racer X. He's trying to take second place away. Has not been able to do that quite yet. A lot of racing going on back here. Sam Oskin, Sarah Rocha, Ryan Benjamin, Robbie Bannister, and Jacob Johnson, all battling beside each other. Look at that double zero, Jeremiah Dwayne up to 5th place. He is doing pretty good. He won at Martinsville, I believe, right? Yeah, he won at Martinsville. Having a great run. A lot of racing happening here, and we might have a pretty long green flag run now. It looks like everyone kind of single file and running pretty decent. You see the 45 Tim Zimmer. Oh wait, no, I thought he was further up in the field. 45 of Tim Zimmer, where are you? Oh my gosh, you're... Oh no! Yo, Carrillo almost spinning John Book out. Made contact off of turn number 2. It's going to bunch these cars up now. The 45 of Tim Zimmer going to try to pass them on the outside. Tim Zimmer was having a really good race. Wow, yeah, he gets a huge run off of turn 4. He is going to clear all those drivers. Cesar Ramirez now going to try to do the same. A lot of racing up here. Clint Spillman was able to get back in the race and stay on the lead lap. Unfortunately, he is back in 23rd. On the top left, I'm going to keep the scoreboard from 11th to 20th right now so you can see who is where. A lot of single file up here. Look at the damaged car of 11, the damaged 15, both battling with each other. Oh, but that's... Where is that? That's in the end of the field. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, the top 4 cars, Felix Boucher, Simon Zarnato, Racer X, battle for second right there. Alex Bruner, that number 0, moving up to 4th. He's trying to get some positions and move his himself back up into the points. Alex is back at 27th in points right now. Only, what, one top 5, I think? Yeah, only one top 5 this season, so not having a great run. Top 4 cars are all with each other, and in 5th place is almost 3 seconds back. You see 6th place, Sarah Rocha, trying to catch up to the 25 and the 6. She's trying to get a good points night out of this. Right now, the 25 and the 6 would be able to gain points on her. A lot of there was a lot of racing going on earlier. Everyone kind of, not really, I don't want to say they've mellowed out, but whoa, almost 3 wide for second. But it's just kind of calmed down a little bit. We don't have a lot of drivers left in this race. Battle for second, the 188 trying to take second from Simon Zarnato. Simon would love to get a second win this season. He won really early on and has not been able to win since. The 25 of Felix Boucher has not won a race yet this season. He is up in 7th in points entering this race. Felix Boucher only has 30 more laps until he can get his first win. Now, are we going to have to come down pit road for tires and fuel? That's another question. Some of these drivers did not pit. At least not recently. They've got, I think, 30 laps on their tires. So right now, the top 4, single file. Racing has pretty much calmed down. 5th place, Jeremiah Dwayne. 6th place, Sarah Rocha. 7th, Robbie Bannister. That's 66 Darvish Jr. He's a lap down. 9th place is Ryan Benjamin, and a lot of battling back here. Look at the 74, Logan York making his way back up through the field. Man, there's just a lot of battling back here. A lot of side-by-side racing. Everybody trying to make their way through the field. Look at Logan York on the outside, Evan McCollum, Tim Brannigan. This is about 12th or 15th place from here on back, so they're not having terrible runs, that's for sure. Josh Hardiman up to 15th. Look at Tina Livingston, that number 7, and the 42 Hugo Jimenez. Both have rebounded up to 17th and 18th after Tina was in a wreck earlier this race. Hugo just fell back pretty early on. They're making their way through the field. Logan Gentry back here. CJ Williams, 20th place. Has a lot of traffic to work through. Back here, Clint Spillman up to 21st. Just past the 17 car. Yel Carrillo led a lot of laps early on. He is back in 24th. Unfortunate for Tim Zimmer, 26th position. He was up near the front, looking to have a great points night. Brandon Pickett and John Book battling with each other. I do want to see one thing real quick, so I'm going to hit the space bar. I want to look at the race leader, Felix Boucher's last lap. 28.9. 29 seconds now. It's almost a second slower, so 29-second lap for Felix. Let's look at some of these cars back here. Tim Zimmer, ooh, yeah, his last lap is 29.5 seconds, so he is a little bit slower. Yel Carrillo, fresh tires though, he has a little bit faster lap than the leader. Same with Brian Lancaster, Clint Spillman. A couple of these cars are running about the same laps. Some of them are running quicker. Evan McCollum pretty fast. Skylar Roach are really fast compared to the leader. Some of these drivers, like you said, they have fresh tires. They're just really far back. Ryan Benjamin, 8th place, running a little faster than the leader. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, I think. I think we're going to have to come down pit road at some point, get some tires and fuel. If anyone would come down and get tires right now, they would definitely be the fastest car in this race, but with about 22 to go, that's not a smart move. You're not going to be able to make a lap or two back that quick. .45 Tim Zimmer trying to get past the 17 of Alexander Jones. Damon Singletary, Yel Carrillo, Brian Lancaster. A lot of cars back here just running by themselves or single file. This racing back here has kind of died down. I think a lot of people, I think their tires are really wearing out, and I think they're wanting to pit. 14 Sarah Rocha, again somehow surprising me, and I'm sure all of you, 5th place. I mean, if you guys want me to show you all of the car ratings, they are all exactly the same. There's not anybody that has an advantage or a disadvantage. I don't know how this 14 car has managed to finish up near the front, but she has. They're 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Felix Boucher, the leader. They are starting to catch him. That 188 Racer X up to 2nd. He is like 46th, I think, or something in points. He is really far back in points, and he is running 2nd place. Really good night for him. It's not going to put him in the top 32 in points. That is a definite, for sure, statement. But 2nd place, that is awesome to see him running up this far through the field. Now, if you happen to watch this race, person that is Racer X, you had asked for the 88 car. The 88 was already taken. You didn't see my message, I guess, asking if you wanted a different car, so I just gave you the 188. Basically the same thing. Alex Brewer trying to take 3rd from Simon Zarnato. Not able to do it. Look at this. Racer X has caught the 25 of Felix Boucher. He has cut the lead in half. We might get a new winner here. Top 2 cars have not won a race. we said Simon Zarnato did win a race. Alex Bruno hasn't won yet. 48 Ryan Benjamin hasn't won. Jacob Johnson hasn't won yet. A lot of cars in the top 10 have not won races yet. Lap cars here, middle of the back stretch. The leaders are now on the middle of the back stretch. That's going to become a factor here very shortly. Before it does, let's see if there's any other battles happening. Looks like everybody is just single file. They're just running, trying to get to the end of this thing. Look at this battle for the lead now. Can Felix Boucher hold on to the lead? Will Racer X get the lead? Felix having a great points night. 7th place entering this race. Running first. He has led a lot of laps. What is going to happen when they catch these slower lap cars? It might take another 5 or 10 laps for them to catch them. I don't know. It'd be cool to see a caution come out and see a late race restart. See if anybody would come down and get tires. Like I said, we still might have to pit for fuel. I think most of these cars came down pit road around lap 40 for their final, or for the their last pit stop. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it. I have no idea. I don't want to say it's going to be a fuel mileage race and say that there's a possibility of cars not being able to make it, because I really don't know. I don't know what the fuel window is. I know it's going to be pretty close. Speaking of close, these cars now have caught the lap cars of John Book, the 04, the 11 Rhiannon Pickett. The track is blocked. Where do you even go? Felix is going to go down low, maybe try to get past John Book. This is going to allow the 6 of Simon Zarnato, the 0 of Alex Bruno to catch back up. Yeah, they have caught right back up to the 1st and 2nd place drivers. Rhiannon Pickett is on the outside. She's the slower of the 2 lap cars there. But John Book pretty slow as well. Look at Simon Zarnato. He is right on the back of that 188 car. Yeah, it looks like Simon might have a little bit of an issue passing that 11. The 25 and the 188 are going to get past John Book. Next lap car is pretty far away for the leaders. Simon Zarnato, 3rd place still. Look at this battle for the lead again. Racer X going to try to get underneath Felix, but cannot yet. Felix has been close a couple times this season with getting a win, and he is trying to hold off that 188. Wants to get the win. A lot of racing, it looks like, further back in the field. About 15th place again. Look at the 21, Robbie Bannister trying to take 5th place away from Sarah Rocha. A lot of racing back here. Remember, lap cars are now coming into play again. John Book, Rhiannon Pickett side by side. Alex Bruno trying to take 3rd from Simon Zarnato. We only have 10 more laps to go. Felix Boucher has been the leader for a very long time in this race. Still the race leader. Racer X trying to take the lead away from him. Look at this massive pack of cars back here. This gaggle of cars, if you will. What are their lap times there? Oh my gosh, they're almost 30-second lap times now. Slowing down, that's for sure. A lot of racing action happening back here. If these cars catch up to the, well, no, I don't think they're going to catch the 11 or the 04. I was going to say if they catch up to them, it could cause a lot of commotion and a lot of carnage again. If we have a caution in the next 2 or 3 laps, we will have a restart. Any further than that, we will not have a restart, so I don't know what's going to happen. They're still racing really hard back here. That 81 Skylar Rocha has made his way up to 10th place. Great run for him. Like we said earlier, he needed a good finish tonight. Hasn't really been putting up too many good finishes, so having a great night now. 10th place for him. Still a lot of battles happening back here. Look up here. Ryan Benjamin has caught the 11 of Rhiannon Pickett. Ryan's in 8th place. Look at Jacob Johnson. He might be able to get past that 48. Maybe not. Jeremiah Dwayne having some issues getting past John Book. Meanwhile, the leaders still battling with each other. Looks like at this point it's going to either be Felix Boucher or Racer X. Follow some of this action back here. Racing back here, about 9th or 10th place. They have found the 11 car of Rhiannon Pickett, and this could create a lot of commotion. Ryan Benjamin is still 8th place, able to get past the 11, trying to get past the 04. Still green flag. 37, Cesar Ramirez going to go another lap down. Leaders have caught him, just about. Not really anything happening up here, so we're going to go back and look at this. This big pack of cars catching the 11 of Rhiannon Pickett. If we get a caution, I think we're going to... I don't think we're going to be able to finish under green if we get a caution flag at this point. That 25 of Felix Boucher is hoping that they get a caution so he doesn't have to race the 188, so he can get a pretty easy win. They're still battling each other. 188 might try to go up high. What's going to happen? Remember, we only have 5 to go now, 4 to go this time by. Can they make it on fuel? Can they make it on tires? Felix going to pick the bottom line. Racer X going to follow underneath of him. They're going to easily clear that 37. Let's look up through the field now. Again, Tim Zimmer, Alexander Jones, the 17 and the 45, really far back. They are unfortunately going to lose more points. This could create some issues. They have caught the 11. They've caught the 04. Skylar Rocha trying to pass the 48 of Ryan Benjamin. Jacob Johnson is up to 8th place now. I'm sorry. He is up to 8th place. He was 32nd in points. He needed a great points night. He is having that. So great for him. Felix Boucher this time by going to get 2 laps to go here at Charlotte, North Carolina. Coca Cola 600. If there was a race that Felix wanted to win other than the Daytona 500, which he did not win, it would be this race. The 188 going to try to make one final charge up to the front. Oh, geez, look at this. We've got cars coming down pit road. Robbie Bannister, Tina Livingston, Hugo Jimenez. These cars have caught the lap car of Rhiannon Pickett. Is anyone going to run out of fuel? We're going to stay on this view for now. Felix Boucher going to take the white flag. Anyone else going to pit? I don't think. So white flag is out. 3 cars did come down pit road. Robbie Bannister was having a great run. He was in 6th place. Could not make it on fuel. I don't think anyone else is in pit road, though. Yeah, it looks like everyone else is going to try to make it to the end. Looks like Felix Boucher, as long as he does not run out of fuel, going to come out of turn number 4, and he is going to win his first points race this season. Felix Boucher winning the Coca Cola 600. Racer X 2nd, 3rd, Alex Bruno 4th, Simon Zarnato, and 5th, Sarah Rocha. 3 cars in the top 5 are points contenders. A lot of racing back here to finish this race off. Very interesting. We saw 3 cars come down pit road, and unfortunate for them. Let's see, that was the 17 Livingston, the 21 Robbie Bannister, and the 42 Hugo Jimenez. They're going to finish 26th, 27th, and 28th. So 32 cars finished this race. Very wild race, that's for sure. Felix Boucher getting his first win. Came into this race 7th in points. The points leader finished 5th, so he's not going to gain a lot of points, but he will possibly make it up into the top 3. Racer X, great finish for him, personal best. Alex Bruno, 3rd. He's going to move up in the point standings. Simon Zarnato was 3rd in points. Finishes ahead of the points leader, so he might be up to 2nd in points. He's going to gain a couple points over Sarah Rocha. Sarah finishing 5th. Look at Jeremiah Dwayne. 6th place finish for him. He was one of the drivers that wanted a good finish. He might be in the top 32 in points. Jacob Johnson had a good finish, 7th place. He's going to move up in points, I believe. Skylar Rocha, good finish for him, top 10. Ryan Benjamin, Bruise 0, both needed good finishes. Great job to them. Evan McCollum, 11th, amazing for him. He's missed a couple races. CJ Williams up to 12th, well, 12th place. He might move up quite a bit. Logan York, 13th, not a terrible run for him. Gained a couple positions after those cars came down pit road with 2 to go. Yale Carrillo led a lot of laps early on, finishing 14th. Tim Brannigan, 15th, not a bad finish. Josh Hardiman, not a bad finish either, 16th. Logan Gentry, 17th. 18th, Damian Singletary, about mid-pack. Brian Lancaster, 19th. Clint Spillman, 20th. It's an okay finish, but he is going to gain some positions at least. That's a good thing for him. Sam Odoskin, 21st. Tim Zimmer, 22nd. Unfortunate for him. He is going to lose a good bit of points to Sarah, Simon, and Felix. Alexander Jones, 23rd. He's probably going to fall out of the top 10. Hunter Blade finishing 24th after being involved in a crash. Not a bad finish, despite his night. Cesar Ramirez, the pole sitter, was involved in a crash, 25th place. He could have had a great finish and really gained a lot of points. He might be on the cut line, the top 32 cut line. Robbie Bannister was having a great run, a top 10 finish. He was running 6th place, had to pit for fuel. Tina Livingston going to fall pretty far back in points. Hugo Jimenez going to fall even further with his 28th place finish. 29th, Stephen Pollard, he was a points contender. Really bad night for him. John Book, bad night. Darvish Jr., Rhiannon Pickett. Pablo West going to fall back. Benjamin Wallace, Jacob Britt, Gavin Jones. Tyrell Resner, we thought he was going to have a good finish, and he was a driver that really wanted to capitalize on Gary Harmon, Tim Hoffman not making the race, and he was in an accident in the big crash, actually. He will not be able to capitalize, unfortunate for him. Sean Howe needed a good finish. He is going to drop in points. Brett Taylor was up near, he was in, 9th place, I think, or 6th or something in points. He's going to fall back. Ron Jackson put a string of really good finishes together. Almost won at California and at Talladega. Unfortunately for him, 40th place, out of the race. Axel Zero out of the race. Kagan Polshiner out. A lot of drama in this race. Points are going to be wild. Stay tuned for a few seconds. We're going to look at the points after race number 12. Well, here we have the points after race number 12. Sarah Rocha is still the points leader. Simon Zarnato now down to 33 points away from the lead. Logan York up to 3rd. Well, actually, no, the top 3 stayed the same. Logan York, 3rd, 91 points back. He did lose some points. Felix Boucher gained 3 positions. He is up to 4th place in points. Stephen Pollard, unfortunately, falling back to 5th. Tim Zimmer falling back to 6th. Skylar Rocha gained 5 points. He is now up to 7th in the points. Brett Taylor, still 8th place. Not too bad. Alexander Jones was able to gain a position. He is now 9th. Tina Livingston falling back to 10th. She had a great season earlier. Top 3, and now she's back in 10th. Josh Hardiman up to 11th. Good finish for him. John Book, unfortunately, going to fall back. Same with Jacob Britt. The other drivers, Sam Odoskin, Robbie Bannister, 15th and 16th. Robbie didn't lose any positions, but he did lose a lot of points after having a really good top 10 run, having to pit with 2 laps to go. Unfortunate for him. Tim Brannigan going to move up to 18th place. Look at Alex Bruno. He gained 6 positions. He's up to 21st. A lot of these drivers, even though they're still a couple hundred points out of the lead, anything can happen. If these top 3 cars have a crash in the next race or so, or next couple races, it could really change everything about this series. A lot could happen. Kagan Polshiner loses 2 positions. He's in 26th. Ryan Benjamin up to 25th. Or no, down to 25th. My bad, I think. No, he gained 4 positions. He's up to 25th. Ron Jackson falling back to 24th. And let's look at the dreaded 32, or the 32nd place cutoff line. Hugo Jimenez now on that cutoff. Look at Dawson Montenegro still back there. Jeremiah Dwayne Look at that. He has gained 3 positions from his finish. So Cesar Ramirez falling back to 31st. Where is Jacob Johnson up to 27th? He gained a good bit of positions. But Cesar Ramirez up to 30, or down, no, yeah, I guess up to 31st. Hugo Jimenez losing a couple positions. So right now, Dawson Montenegro, Jeremiah Dwayne, 112 points. Actually, no. Yeah, 112 points, I believe. No, hold on, I'm doing math wrong. My bad, sorry. Hold up. No, they are 88 points. Dawson Montenegro, Jeremiah Dwayne, 88 points away from Hugo Jimenez. So if these drivers here can have a good run next week, if they can make it into the main, they might be able to work their way to the top 32. Jeremiah Dwayne getting pretty far up in the points. CJ Williams, a good finish for him. He is 104 points back from Hugo Jimenez. Gary Harmon, Tim Hoffman, unfortunately falling back quite a bit. Tyrell Resner had a good run. He could have capitalized on these cars not making the race. Evan McCollum gaining some points. Unfortunate, though. You pretty much can say that most of these drivers, their points hopes of winning are over. Unfortunate. I'm really sorry about that, guys. Like I said, the next offline series is going to be a lot better. You see here we have 49 people in the series, and 42 cars can join. So in a race, there's always going to be cars that cannot make the race during this season. Next season, it's going to be a lot different. 40 cars max each race, 3 series. So see what happens there. Let's look at the schedule real quick. I forget what race is next. I have no idea, to be honest with you. So we just did the Coca Cola 600. Felix Boucher wins the race. That was race number 12. Next week is Dover. So Dover is the next race. That is probably going to be a pretty interesting race. I've done a lot of testing there. It can be interesting, especially if you have damaged lap cars. It's going to be interesting. Tim Zimmer still finishing every single lap this season. Only car to do so. That is awesome for him. Just did not have a good finish, so he falls back. Dover is next week. Remember, guys, if you missed it, watch the beginning of the race. In the timestamps, I will post when I'm talking about these important changes that might happen. Also, we might cut the point season down. I don't know yet. I want to get you guys' feedback. I haven't really heard anything negative about it yet, so we'll see after this race. Maybe in a week or two we'll know what's going to go on. And if we do cut races down, we're only going to have a couple more weeks of the series until it's over. So let me know what you guys think. It's really, really important. I need to know. I don't want to make anyone mad by doing it, and I don't want to lose anybody. I don't know. I guess my main thing really is this bottom half of the field here. It's not really. I don't want to say it's not fair. I mean, it's not, but these guys back here are not able to make the race every week. And I don't know. I just feel like it is unfair. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, and we will go from there. Anyway, we will see you guys next week at Dover.